Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to an episode of Top Tier Talk. I'd like to apologise on behalf of all of us for not appearing last week. We've had some delays due to some of us having university, and some of us just like Daniel, who didn't come on last week. So it would have just been me who would have been talking to all of you guys, which is not enough. But here we are this week, back with the original four. Well, we're missing Nick Riley because he's still at uni in Bournemouth, but we move. So we'll start with Chelsea, Amir. We'll start with you, the most boring club at the moment, I'm afraid. Go on.
We're in the Champions League.
What do you have to say? Real Madrid and Fulham, you've played.
Yeah, both games were positives. I take a lot of positives from them, but the Real Madrid game did annoy me. Like that Werner miss. Oh my god! Like I remember the group chat, you guys all laughing and stuff. Like if we lose to Real in the second leg 1-0, like I don't think I can forgive Werner. Like Shavez knows
he's a bit of a donkey, isn't he? Stuff like that, you've got to think like 45 mil, innit? 45 mil for a striker to just be a Daniel Brandon Call of Duty. Do you know what I mean? This
brilliant.
I'm joking.
No, it was I don't know what's wrong with him. Like against West Ham, he scored the winner, and then you'd think maybe a bit of confidence is back, and then he does that. And then I was talking to a couple like Chelsea fans. They're like, "Oh, it was a good save. It was a good save." No, like that was a bad miss.
Yeah.
That was a bad
Harder to
miss.
miss than to score.
Exactly. And then Pulisic did score. We got good. We were playing really well, I thought, but and they just Benzema was quality, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That one goal, but we moved 1-1's good because we got the away goal. So
I do have to admit as well, fair play to Benzema for controlling that down with his head. And it's a quality goal. But is it an away goal for you guys? Did you say?
Yeah. So they're gonna have to come out all guns blazing. I think Ramos is back, which is gonna be
Hazard back as well for you.
Yeah, he played a bit. I don't know if he'll start, but
I reckon he
will.
will.
See him back.
Yeah.
And then onto the Fulham game, Havertz sick. I'm happy he's slowly coming into the talent he is, like scoring two. But it was Mason Mount's touch for the first goal and Werner's assist. Like as much as Werner misses a lot, he does assist a lot. I think he's got like 12 assists this season.
Yeah. No.
So I wouldn't sell him. I'd keep him as a utility player if we do get another striker. But I think that's the main thing with Chelsea. We need a striker next year.
True.
But
the thing is with Werner, he's got the passion. He's got the drive to be a striker. Do you know what I mean? I can guarantee he knows he wants to score goals. He wants to be like that guy who can keep putting them in. But something's just not going his way at the moment. Like I don't know what you'd think. Would you start Giroud more often, or would you keep him on? What would you do?
Giroud is. They're different players, aren't they? Like
exactly.
Werner, the amount of runs he makes.
Yeah, he's a quality player.
Crazy. He does bring in he does create a lot of chances. It's just the finishing that's the issue. I don't know if it's just he's not a naturally good finisher. But I don't know. Like, what do you guys think of Werner? Honestly, like I think it hasn't been as well as I'd thought. Like I think he's flopped this season. I would say even though he scored 11 goals, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
You touched on the assists. I think it's like 11 assists and he got 12 goals or something. I think he's the first striker to do that since Henry. I think I saw the other day. I think it might have been Henry. But yeah, no. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, assists. Like, do you think he's like not scared of shooting, but he doesn't want to shoot like the fear of missing, so he just passes it. He's been a striker. He's got a lot of shooting opportunities, and he just squares it across the box to whoever's running in.
No, I can't really fault him for passing it because he's led to a goal, isn't it? Like I don't know, maybe you're right with the maybe
the comfort thing. Just taking the assist as opposed to him getting more slack. Like that meme, as someone tweeted the other day, it was like Werner miss versus, and it was autofill.
Yeah, maybe but I don't know. The Henry stat did shock me a bit. That's he is. I would keep him. Maybe he needs to play in a two striker formation.
Even then, I think Tuchel's made his mind up, hasn't he, about Werner and how he wants him in his plans. Like if he actually wanted Abraham, who I think is probably the best finisher at your club, he would be playing.
Yeah.
Abraham for me is a complete finisher, more complete than Werner. Anyways, he can tap ins, which is your issue. Abraham scores them. With Werner, I think what we saw in what worries me now about the Bundesliga is that you see a lot of these players doing so well in it. And if you ever look at the clips from there, you always see there's so much space behind defenses. Yeah. Every defense, for some reason, has a really high line. And that suits players like Werner and your Sanchos and Haaland. So I don't know what would happen with, for example, a Sancho if he came here. And you're seeing with Werner, he's struggling now against the physicality and he doesn't have as much space to run into. And I don't know, it's a bit of a flag for Bundesliga.
I said this a couple months ago as well, to be fair. I remember I was saying to you, Amir, when you were talking about Werner and Havertz not shining enough. I was talking about how like they've been in the Bundesliga, as I say, when, as you just said, Chavez, there's too much time given to the players attacking wise. That's why you see the likes at Dortmund and Bayern Munich, who are just able to just run at players because they're just going to back off. They're not going to go for you. Whereas, as you say, in the Premier League, there's more physicality. There's more, I'm going to put a challenge in. There's more kind of closing down as quick as possible. And they're not used to that. And luckily, like Werner's slowly, I'd like to say slowly, he's getting used to it. So he's obviously putting in more runs in behind and he's able to try and, but yeah, it's just a complete different ball game to different leagues, isn't it?
Yeah, or a counterpoint for yours, Shavez. You said like they play a high line and stuff. With Werner, it's not that he does create a lot of chances. It's the finishing that's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a natural finisher. And that's with the Abraham thing, I'm a bit disappointed that he hasn't featured more. Like, I don't know, but Havertz in a false nine or whatever we're doing now is working. So I think Havertz maybe should start against Real.
You've got 3 strikers, haven't you? So it's tough to see who starts because all of them will perform as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've got to see what happens. It's going to be a tough game with Ramos back. But
yeah, we'll
see what happens.
All right, moving on, boys, to the beasts. Well, I take that back. Actually, the unfortunates at the moment, Arsenal Football Club. Before we get into it, though, I want to quickly discuss something about our owners. Look, I understand the whole basis behind the whole like fact that the football kind of side needs more money. Like you see how some players are costing like 200 million. Do you know what I mean? Players need a lot more money in order to kind of like get up into the football kind of league. But for me, I just think it's a little bit greedy for like the KSC kind of thing, not just Stan Kroenke, but the KSC kind of thing, because they saw like, what was it, 3.5 billion per team, and they're thinking, yeah, that's a bit of me. We can, do you know what I mean? Maybe put 10% towards Arsenal for that, and then keep the rest for like maybe the Rams or whoever else they own. And it's funny though, because although like the whole Super League thing kind of ended now at the moment, it's annoying that like the actual owner, 100% stake owner, Stan Kroenke, hasn't come out with an apology. Like, I know it's a whole business kind of thing. I know it's kind of like, but then technically, like the whole aspect of the fans kind of make up the club as well. Without us, you wouldn't be getting your money for the shirts, the tickets, the whole aspect of buying stuff for the club. You wouldn't be getting that. And he's just disrespected the fans. And I remember when it came to a point where it said Josh Kroenke was going to start answering questions from the fans, and the fans were literally gunning for him. And he's like, look, he had no answer for it. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. For me, I'd love to see Daniel Ek come into charge at Arsenal. I'd like to see because he obviously loves Arsenal, as you can see from a few of his like tweets and like talks over like a few interviews. It'd be nice to see a change of power, maybe a little bit more like money influence into our like transfer market. But who knows? Like at the end of the day, we can't really force someone who's not going to sell out. It's 100% his. Do you know what I mean? So there's nothing we can do. But moving on to the games, Villarreal, I want to touch on this. In the first half, we were fucking awful. Anyone else agree? I don't know if anyone else saw it.
Terrible,
yeah. Yeah, absolute dog shit. We went into that semi-final as if it was like a game against Burnley or Fulham, where it just doesn't matter. It's just a normal kind of like December Premier League game where you're thinking, yeah, not matter. Like just play our second team or some shit like that, and who gives a shit what happens at the end of the game. That was disgusting. I saw it and it was god awful. I didn't understand where, like, you're going into the game, you're playing it around the back, you're trying to play like City. We're not City. Do you know what I mean? You need to focus on your own type of game. We play like a tiki-taka kind of game. That's Arsenal Football Club. That's how we play. And we're trying to, like, pass it around the back and then try and force it, but then we go back on ourselves and we're getting caught. We got caught twice. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it's a bit different for the corner, but the guy's Raul Biel, he scored about fucking ancient, isn't he? I don't understand. Like, honestly, it went so wrong for us in the first half that I was just thinking, really? Like, where's the fucking heart in this game that you thinking we're in a semi-final, we can win a European trophy if we actually put our mind to it? Nothing was there. Danny Ceballos had a shocker, absolute shocker. There's nothing Jacken could do at left back. I'm happy Tierney's back for the second leg. That's why I think he didn't play against who did we play?
Newcastle,
yeah. That's why I think he didn't play against him because he wants to start him 90 minutes against Villarreal next round. We pretty much, tying into the Newcastle game as well, we pretty much played our second team as well with the likes of Bellerin and David Luiz coming back, although he's got an injury again, fuck's sake. But like Bellerin, you know, like Ceballos played as again, but because I think he's not, well, he can't play again because he got a red card. Martinelli, the beast. I mean, he worked his socks off against Newcastle and got man of the match. I don't know if you guys saw, but yeah, touching back on that Villarreal game as well. The second half, I think, towards like I'd say the 50th to like 70th minute, we kind of showed a little bit of heart, and then obviously we got the penalty. It was a bit of a bookie penalty, I must say, as an Arsenal fan. Like Saka did go down quite easy, but like we moved, we got a penalty out, we got an away goal. There's a little bit of hope, but it's not good enough. 2-1 defeat to Villarreal. When that's basically the only thing we're fighting for, and you're not even fighting for it. So hopefully we can do something next Thursday. I hope so anyway, fuck's sake. But against Newcastle as well, as I say, it was just a second team kind of thing where we're thinking, just go out there and win. I think there was no real aspect of winning. It doesn't really matter. It'd be nice to win. It was kind of like that's kind of the game talk that Arteta must have given our players, because it's just an average kind of Arsenal kind of game, wasn't it? Aubameyang, did you see the assist he gave him? Then he just donkey kind of flicked towards him.
It wasn't even an intentional assist.
You see what I mean?
Can't kick a ball.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that guy at the moment. I really don't.
But then it's even that, and then the goal that he scored later was class.
That's what I'm saying.
In the same game.
What is going on with that guy? Honestly, he's so.
We did have malaria, didn't he?
Like, yeah, but he's back. Do you know what I mean? It's like me saying like, "Oh, I broke my leg last year. I'm off." Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no excuse.
Could have. You did make a really good point with the whole Man City thing. Why were you in the most important game of your season playing Pepe as a centre forward?
Do you see what I mean? What's the point? Do you know what I mean? It's a joke, isn't it?
What's going on there?
We tried. That's how City play, isn't it? They played De Bruyne up front and just say, "Roam about, do what you want." Why are we playing Pepe on the fucking centre forward? Well, honestly, it makes no sense. But as I say, we
just lost the plot.
Hopefully, he can get it back next Thursday. It depends. If he wins Thursday, he'll stay.
No, if he doesn't win Europa League, for me, like as an outside fan, I think he's got to go.
Well, I'm going to stick with him. I'm going to stick with him because I'm an Arsenal fan and I support like the process. But it's kind of it's shit if we don't go through, because then what's to play for the rest of the season? Do you know what I mean?
Stick out your youth teams.
Yeah, might as well. Honestly, might as well. But yeah, what about you boys? What do you think?
You need to win it.
Yeah.
Not even for him to stay or to go. You just need to win something.
I'd keep him as well. No, I'm just saying though, like
I don't think it's his fault.
Yeah, neither do I.
Think it's his
But
fault.
what's not his fault though? Like he has made like
the players are shit.
The players are awful.
As simple as.
No one's performing for him.
Why is he not playing Martinelli as much? Like, isn't he?
I don't know. It's more or less experience. I think it is with
Arteta.
Arteta.
Left back. Like
we don't have a left back. We don't have a left back. Who else is left back?
Saka. Like Troops made a good point. He played Saka. Came up as a left back. Shouldn't he play there and put?
Yeah, but then but if you take Saka out of that attack, that's what I'm saying. If you take Saka out of that attack, but it's just but if you stick Martinelli on the right, he's used to playing on the left. It's just a bit of a bookie process.
Pepe on the right. You put Pepe on the right, Martinelli
through the middle.
But even with Martinelli, you're saying it like he hasn't scored in a year. The guy, like he's not.
He hasn't barely had a chance. Though.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
At least they've got a left back and not a holding midfielder at left back.
Exactly. They've pretty much exposed our weak point, which was our left back at Xhaka, and then they kind of exploited it, which unfortunately happened.
Barnstorming game by Etienne Capoue as well, just to throw that in there.
Such a donkey. Did you see the red card? I'm going to fake an injury. What an absolute...
Didn't even work either. That's the best part about it.
He tried to fake it, Amir, to try like boycott a red card. But, yeah. What an idiot. But yeah. But yeah, as I say, though, we have to move into next week gunning for it, like all out attack. Do you know what I mean? Like Odegaard, Tierney, everyone's back. Do you know what I mean? Just play it and go for the win. Even if we win 1-0, we go through. So do it. But that's all for me as the Arsenal fan. So Shavez, big news, breaking news. Man United fans have stormed Old Trafford. What do you have to say about that?
I'll start with Roma. I'll start with the positive.
Start with 6-2. I was watching the Arsenal game. It kept coming up like 3-2, 4-2, 5-2. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, that was the mentality you see. Ollie Bowl at its finest. the true Ollie Bowl, not the TikTok guy. The first half, that first goal we scored, I don't know if you've seen it. That was just beautiful. Bruno. One thing you'll notice with Bruno is like when he plays with Pogba, he doesn't play like it's the last minute of the game and just go for that killer pass every time. He like chills out. He knows that like there's a different source of creativity with Pogba.
Yeah.
And one thing, when we got Cavani, I did not know Cavani could play the way he does. Like he's not just a finisher or a poacher. He's actually a bit of a playmaker. Some of these
He's a true number 9. He comes back and plays feet and then like plays it out.
Everything.
Yeah.
The thing is, the guy's like 34 and he presses like he's. I don't want to go off on Martial because he didn't play, but I've never seen Martial press like Cavani does. And Cavani's the type of player who's won pretty much everything, hasn't he? And then still celebrates like he's, he loves the game. You can tell, and he's got everything you want in a striker. So hopefully he stays another year. But then that was a great game. And then going into the week, I'm happy, to be honest. I don't really care that Liverpool game didn't go ahead. I don't think any true United fan really cares. Like what happened that weekend is so important for like if anything was to happen with the Glazers, that weekend is so big for United's history because we need them out. It's been 16
You want
years
them out, yeah?
and we've had to keep. Yeah, of course, everyone wants them out. I don't know like many people that would want the Glazers in. They don't do anything for us.
Yeah.
They take money out of our club. They've never invested anything in our club. To buy our club, they took a loan out of the bank to get it. And that was based on a bet that Sir Alex lost. So kind of his fault as well. No offense to him. But I think he made up for it. But yeah, one thing I'd say is that I would really like in the coming weeks to see the media sort of cover the good about that protest because it was supposed to be a peaceful protest, but then there was a few.
They ruined it, didn't
involved.
they? They really did ruin it.
Kind of ruin it. No one condones what happened about people going in and breaking equipment and attacking whatever.
Yeah, that makes no
they
sense.
Were attacking, but they should be out again. It should be happening every week. And if this protest is real, then when we have home games next season, no one should be at them because that is the one way you get them out. They lose their source of income. And honestly, I know this is bad and Solskjaer and the players don't deserve it, but I wouldn't mind get 20-point deduction or whatever, and we don't get Champions League next season. That would mean that the Glazers don't get UCL money because the main objective of the owners of the club right now is that they want their UCL money every year.
Yeah.
They don't care about winning trophies. They just, if they get that 4th spot, that's enough. They'll settle, and they're happy for that to happen forever. So if we get them out, at least we'll have some ambition. We might buy players in seasons we actually get Champions League football to build upon a team. We're not, and that's why we need them out. And I saw a lot of people that don't get it, like Graham Souness, Jermaine Genius. People like that need to educate themselves.
It's Jermaine Genius, though. Come on, the guy's a big donkey.
That argument about 1 billion being spent in is so stupid because that 1 billion is literally from revenue that's been made by the club. It's not from the owners. It never has been. And it's a disgrace. And I'm happy that happened this week. It just needs to keep happening now.
Yeah.
Hello to Elliot's mum there.
Yeah, I know.
What's it called? And to shout out her.
Yeah.
I think she had Glazers and she came in.
Yeah, she had a sign out and everything saying Glazers in.
I hope now the fans see, because I think the Liverpool game is going to get rearranged, and there hopefully will be a plan to do that again. Keep doing it every week, and one day they'll go away. At least do something so that we can get these people to start thinking about going away from our club.
Very heartful. That's from the heart there, wasn't it? That speech.
brought a tear to my eye.
But the argument I was making to Shavez is,
and it's a favour to all of you. Like, you should be happy that we're doing this because there's other clubs that want as well. And if we can do it,
I loved it.
I know we haven't done anything, but if something was to come of this, it would give other fans hope as well.
No, I could. Go on a bit. Sorry, go on.
No, sorry, bro. I was going to say, as a counter argument, say if you do get a 20-point deduction, that's going to make it so much more difficult to get like a Sancho come in without Champions League football. And are you, like, as a fan base, prepared to like stop that happening for a second year?
Sancho, if next season we're happy just to compete in the Champions League and we're not going to win it, then I don't really want to be in the Champions League. And if players like Sancho aren't going to come, why does Sancho want to come to our club? If you think about Sancho right now, why on earth would he want to come to Man United when they've got a club that is literally not going anywhere beyond 4th?
Yeah.
Like, based on what we've seen, every time we get top 4, we don't spend money. Not enough money anyways. So if we go in again, I don't even think like we'll get that many players because the owners don't care. They don't want to win the league. I mean, the league's a bonus, right? It's a trophy, but it doesn't bring you that much more money than what getting Champions League does. And anyways, I know we've talked about the Super League. We've gone into that a lot. These people are waiting to make another Super League.
100%, yeah.
They're billionaires. They don't get no. They don't get told no. They might have been told no once. They'll just make a new Super League.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for that as well. I bet it makes sense. Like what they are trying to do for their own benefit makes sense.
But for us, it's a pile of shit.
But just another argument as well.
Yeah,
obviously, you've said if they didn't get UCL money and more income and blah, 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 then they'd leave. hypothetically, if they was just going to make another Super League, wouldn't they take the hit for 2, 3, 4 years or however long it is?
They do whatever they
And then
can, Dan,
just-
to make sure they
and then
get the
just
money.
Get given that.
That's why we need to
3.5
get them
billion.
out, because
What? But why would they sell
these
if
owners,
they
they
know that
want-
they're going to get that money 3, 4 years down the line, even if there's no fans or
That
no one's
could
buying
be
shirts?
that could be like a escape route for someone like Kroenke, get into the Super League and then sell, or the Glazers, because that's more. They get their 300 million or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know
and
what I
they
mean?
reach their global audience in Asia and America. That's why they want, like, this is what the fans that go to stadiums right now, they're the ones breaking in. That's why they don't want anything to do with them. They want to reach their audience that's abroad, that will pay as much money as they want to tune in.
They call us legacy fans.
Yeah.
But that's it. That kind of sums up our Manchester United, Arsenal, and Chelsea kind of. See how Chelsea started first. It was a little bit like, yeah, whatever, kind of. And then we got to like, oh no, we're like, yeah.
The
we-
clutch
we-
crisis.
Go to the
No,
riot.
Here you
I
guys
mean, you
are
need to
the
start like
professionals.
you need to get into the UCL final. That's what you need to do. So we
I
can
hope
talk about
so.
Could
it.
Abramovich just do something more controversial than the Super League? Like,
Yeah.
No, I like our owner, so that's the thing. Like, without Abramovich, we definitely wouldn't be anywhere
You'd be where
near
we are.
Yeah, true.
No, I wouldn't say that, Dan.
Yeah,
We want to be in
Yeah.
the championship.
But Dan,
Yeah.
moving on to you, buddy. Stand up and show us your shirt.
yeah, following on from your championship comment.
There it is. Watford Football Club are in the Premier League. Back
Did you
again.
make
Back
that?
again.
Or did you buy it?
No, this was actually from 2014-15 when we last got promoted.
And I want to touch on base though, because as soon as you got demoted to the Championship last season,
Yeah.
you said you weren't going to get promoted back to the Premier League.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that now?
So originally, obviously, I know football's not played on paper and all of that, but us and Norwich have obviously got Premier League-ish quality players, Premier League budgets. The list goes on. So the top two sort of should have spoke for itself. And then around Christmas time, whether there was the changeover of managers, we were not playing good at all. And I said if we carried on playing how we were playing, then we wouldn't have got into the top six.
Mhm.
And then we went on a run we lost 2 games in 17. Like we won pretty much 15 on the bounce, and then that just pretty much confirmed it. But yeah, no, like that period where we drew 0-0 to Coventry, who were in the relegation zone. We scraped to 1-1 against Wickham, who are still bottom of the league. It just wasn't looking good. But yeah, no, it's happened now.
You are second place in the league. You couldn't scrap first though, could you?
It's fun.
No?
Yeah.
You could have won the trophy. Look,
It's
that
just
could
a
have
bit
been
more
your little
happy.
bit of silverware that you could have won, but no.
We used to
We
not
just
win
said Jao
silverware.
Pedro scoring more goals than Martinelli next
Oh,
time.
Oh,
I'm
we'll
holding,
give it-
I'm holding that.
It's
That's
not
happening.
going to happen. It's
I'm
not going to
holding
happen.
look
that as well.
What do you think, Amir?
Do you
Because
agree with
you
it?
haven't. What do you think?
I think if Arteta actually plays Martinelli, then it'll be Martinelli.
Yeah, see,
So I'm
Mark.
gonna
Oh
back
yeah, if he
Martinelli.
plays him, but no.
Yeah,
I
but he
just-
will. He will. Watch.
But no, it's in regards of moving forward. I don't want Bournemouth to come up. I'd like to see a Brentford come up in the playoffs.
And that would be good. That would actually be really
They
good. I'd
deserve
like to
it.
see.
Haven't
I'd
they
like
been
to
up
see.
there.
there?
Yeah, Brentford
every
have just
year they're
bottled
like
it
in there.
for the last I think they've lost 6 playoffs or something. Like in
Yeah,
the
it would be good to see them in the Premier League as well. Who would?
Lost a lot of key players as well, haven't they? Over the the Ben
but you
Ramas,
think that
the
they've
Watkins.
but you think they lost Ben Brahma and Watkins, and then they bought in Tony for like 10 mil, I think it was, and he's the second player in Championship history to score 30 goals behind Glenn Murray, I think. And if you
How'd that turn out for you?
yeah, guy had one shot
Tony
and
needs
missed
to be
it.
in the Prem.
Um,
He's so good. He needs to be in the Prem.
Yeah, but we had the chance to sign him, and we just didn't have the money last summer, so we just kept Gray up top with Success and Dini.
Top tier strike force.
But no, I've said this to a few people that are fellow Watford fans that we do need a player in every other position apart from goalkeeper and right back, which is going to be a very expensive summer. But I don't want to do what Fulham and Aston Villa have done and just throw 100 million at nobody's.
Might need it though.
No, but
Yeah.
spend money reasonably, but don't just do what Fulham did and spend a crap load of money on like players like Schürrle and stuff like that and just go straight back down.
Yeah, true.
I think the best thing to come out of us coming back up is the cycling GK. Everyone's looking forward to that.
I don't know if you'd
What?
be allowed to show
What?
Ben Foster's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
It's going to be in the Prem. Yeah, I think everyone's excited about that.
but the licensing's different, so he donated the money that he got from YouTube to the charities in the EFL because there was like, you can't, it's already been broadcasted, yada, yada, yada. But I don't know what he's going to do in the Prem. But if he does, then be good to see.
Come on our podcast.
What's going on, by the way? What's going on with your manager as well? Has he got the license yet to manage in the Prem?
He's taking the badges now, so he'll be fine. I mean, he'll probably be sacked within the next 4 months.
Yeah, he'll probably lose the first 2 games of Watford owners. I'm like, yeah, I'm a club, yeah.
Well, just touching back on that as well. Javi Gracia was sacked by Valencia today, so he'll probably be linked with us next time our manager gets sacked. If he's not in the job. I love that man. What guy?
The last time you got promoted, your manager got sacked before your first game in the Prem.
Yeah, he wanted like £3 million, and we just didn't have the money for it. We offered him £1 million, and he just walked off.
Poor guy.
So to be fair, Jokanovic was all right. He was a no nonsense manager and just didn't take anyone's shit, which is I think what got us up. You know, if you look at managers, whether it's Arteta or Ollie, if someone doesn't start the game well, they'll just leave them on like after 20 minutes, half an hour, and then do the sub at half time. He was very much like, if you're starting poorly, you're off 15 minutes into the game. Doesn't matter who you are, which is what you need sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
And it won us a few games.
I've got a quick question for you though, Dan. You're probably your best player this season, would you say? Is Marley Assar?
Yeah.
Would you say he might get sold this summer? And how much
we
for?
bought him for 45, and
you bought him for 45 mil?
It's around that 38 or 40, something like that.
Okay.
But he's still young. He's 22, 23, I think.
Yeah.
So he's still got years on him, but we're not going to take a loss. So I reckon it will literally be someone's going to have to come in, and he's been linked with Palace and Everton.
Richarlison V2.
He
just thought about that. He just got depressed so quick. He was just like,
the thing. There's a player in Richarlison, but like we made 40 million on him. Like there's no issues. I don't mind Richarlison. I just don't like Everton. But yeah, and on the thing of Sarr staying or going, I think he said he's happy to stay, and he stayed this season when we got relegated, which is fair enough to him. He could have jumped ship, and I wouldn't have blamed him. Same as like Delafeu. I mean, you saw his game against Wolves in the semi-final. Like he's one of the best players I've seen. Like, he was too good.
He used to play for Barca, didn't he? He's a quality player.
Barca, AC Milan, Everton. He's been around the top leagues. Like I haven't got anything against him for leaving. He's too good for the Championship.
Yeah.
You can come back because you're obviously Udinese owners.
He hasn't been the same. He got after Van Dijk, did his legs in. He just hasn't been the same player. I'll keep up with him on Instagram and Twitter and stuff.
Give him a quick message. You all right, Deli?
And he keeps on getting injured. It's just niggly injuries. It's just not working for him, which is quite sad to see in any case. But especially a player that's like
of his caliber,
good.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, well, welcome back to the Premier League, Watford, eh?
Yeah, I'll get more than a minute next season.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait until we get one good result. We get one good result against the top six, and it's
once
not
you win
Man
against
City.
United, like second game of the season,
Man
Shavez
City.
is like, that's it.
So it's going to be one of you three. So be prepared.
That would be us. Man City.
It's not going to. It's going to be another 6-0, and I'm just not going to turn up that way.
Yeah.
Nick's going to sit there with a smug look on his face. I'm going to be another 6-0 to Man City.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps it up, boys. Thank you for everyone who has watched today. But we'll have to end it there, huh? Predictions?
Predictions, yeah, we always forget them.
All right, go on, eh? Fucking hell. You have to voice up. Look at you just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, I was just waiting for it. We'll go quick. Okay, so I don't know what's happening with our league. We'll have a look into that. But yeah,
VAR the league.
Tomorrow, Man City, PSG, 2-1 in the first leg to Man City.
And who's at home now?
Man City.
Ooh, I reckon. Yeah, 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
2-2, I reckon.
Okay, 2-2 with Man City for Amir.
1-0 City.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Shavez, you know I'm always right. I always get the result right. Come on.
No, I can't go with City. Like PSG need to win. 3-2.
No, they don't. Man City are gonna win.
All right, 3-2 to PSG. Chelsea, Madrid.
2-0 Hazard double.
Yeah, I really want Hazard to score a brace against you as well. I reckon 2-0 as well.
You won't celebrate.
Yeah, but I still want him to score a brace against you.
I think Ramos is back. Clean sheet, Real Madrid 1-0.
2-0. I reckon 2-0. And
Yeah.
I'm going to get bonus points with Daniel Brand as well, saying Eden Hazard brace.
1-0 Chelsea.
That's our own goal. just wallops it from the halfway line.
Who's going to score, Amir? Werner.
No, Werner's not going to. I'll go for Mason Mount.
Mason.
All right. City, Chelsea. City are home.
Oh,
0-0.
bloody hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's so like 0-0.
1-0,
looking at
1-0
the
City.
result.
1-0 City. It's a boring game. They
Oh.
don't care. They just need to win it, innit,
You
to
know
go
what?
top.
They're tied after the Champions League.
That's
They
what I'm
just want to cool down. 0-0 to 0-0.
I reckon 1-0 City.
think
Just a
1-1.
shitty little like Sterling goal or some stuff like that.
Sterling can't
Well,
score at the minute.
He will. He
Watford
will. He will get
playing?
Chelsea.
Watford are playing
Uh,
Swansea.
second versus fourth. The game is literally useless because it doesn't change.
But how are you
No,
not saying
playoffs.
about Arsenal and Man United? What's going on?
No one cares.
No, it's because I'm going day by day, innit? So
Okay.
Watford, Chelsea. Watford, Chelsea. Watford,
Watford,
Swansea.
Chelsea.
Next
Watford,
season.
Swansea.
Next
Swansea
season,
are
yeah.
fourth. If they win, I think they can get third or fifth if they lose.
Yeah, it changes their playoff.
It changes the
position.
playoffs.
I reckon you'll lose 2-1.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't beat Swansea at home. It's not
Yeah.
not been a good time.
Yeah,
I'm going
2-1
to go for an
Swansea.
extravagant result. 6-0 Swansea.
I'll go 0-0.
Okay, 2-1.
Neither of the teams care. I'll say 3-0.
Okay.
They don't care.
Neither of the teams care, but they're going to score 3. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just no one can defend.
Goal fest.
Oh, actually, no. 1-0 to us. I'm changing that. I won our defensive record in the championship.
Okay.
Okay,
Just making
yeah.
his own storyline.
Yeah, okay,
If we can see 0 goals, we've got the best record.
All right. First prediction with Villa United. Will the game go ahead?
No.
Nah, yeah. Hopefully
Yeah,
it does.
If it does, Man United 3-0. 3-0.
Real, really? Okay. Away record, not going to be ended by Villa. 2-0 to us.
Yeah, okay.
Amir?
1-0 Villa.
What? Okay, done.
I'm not going to say a scoreline. I'm going to say there's going to be a pitch invader in the 42nd minute.
No, you have to. If
2-1.
Hey, it.
2-1 United. 2-1 United.
Okay. The biggest game of the week, Arsenal West Brom.
That's huge.
That's
1-1.
such a big game.
3-1 Arsenal.
1-1-0.
I honestly don't care about the Premier League. We are so bad. It's a joke. 1-1. Watch. Just watch.
He's a broken man.
Just a broken fucking man. Laugh at me. 1-1.
1-0 West Brom.
I'm
You're
going to say
Kim, aren't you? I hope Eden Hazard scores a brace now.
He doesn't play.
Pereira masterclass. One of the best players in the league, that man. Is that everything? That's literally all the game.
No,
Yeah.
Arsenal wins fucking Man United in the Europa League.
Well, that's ages away. That's like 2.5 weeks away. And you're not what?
Oh
You're
no,
not
you
in it.
didn't do. You didn't do
Oh, us
Europa
in the
League
Europa. You
games.
want to do us in the Europa? Okay, I'll start off. Roma United 4-0 us. Your turn now.
No, we have to go around for the United as well.
Yeah, your turn for United.
Oh, shit, we got a minute. 2-0 to United.
Okay,
Come here quick.
No.
1-0.
Dan.
Cool.
And
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Oh god, I'm gonna go 5-0 to Arsenal.
I'm gonna go 2-0 to Arsenal.
1-0 Villarreal.
Yeah, Dan.
2-1 Arsenal.
Thank you. Right, there we go. Right, yeah.
Wait, that 2-1 means nothing. Like it just goes
2-1 Arsenal to go through.
Okay, yeah, cool. All right, that's it.
Okay, cool. Well, to everyone watching, thank you very much. And on that bombshell, it is time to end. Thank you so much for watching. But yeah, we'll be back next week when we have to talk about Arsenal West Brom. Watch it be 1-1. Anyway, everyone who's watching, take care.